I need you to stop what you are doing right now. I mean it. Stop scrolling. Stop letting your mind wander to what you are going to cook for dinner. Stop stressing about that bill that is sitting on your kitchen counter, and just listen to me for a second. I need you to really hear what I am about to say to you today, because this right here, this conversation, might be the exact thing that saves your life. It might be the exact thing that saves your marriage, saves your relationship with your kids, and gets you out of that dark place you have been living in for the last few months, or maybe even the last few years. You are walking around here with a dark cloud over your head, acting like the world owes you something, acting like everybody in your life is doing you wrong. And I am here to tell you the honest God truth. You are missing the miracle that is happening right in front of your face. You are so busy looking at what you do not have that you have completely lost sight of what you do have. And if you do not wake up and shift your perspective, you are going to end up alone. You are going to end up losing the very people who have been holding you down. And you are not even going to realize it until the front door closes and they are gone for good. Let me ask you a question, and I want you to be dead honest with yourself. When was the last time you actually, genuinely said thank you? Not that fake, polite little nod you give to the cashier at the grocery store. Not the quick text you send back to somebody when they do you a favor. I mean, when was the last time you stopped, looked at the person you love more than anything in this world, looked them dead in the eyes, and let the gratitude pour out of your soul? When was the last time you woke up, put your feet on the floor, and before you even checked your phone, before you let the stress of the day grab you by the neck, you just took a deep breath and said, "Thank you, God, I am still here." If you are struggling to remember the last time you did that, then you and I both know exactly why your life feels so heavy right now. You have lost your gratitude. Listen to me, man. Let me talk to the guys for a second, but ladies, you listen too, because this applies to everybody. We have gotten so spoiled in this country. We have gotten so used to convenience, to having everything at our fingertips, to moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, that we have literally trained ourselves to only see the negative. We only see what is missing. You are sitting in a house that is keeping you warm from the cold. You have food in your refrigerator. You have a car that starts up in the morning and takes you to a job where they actually pay you money, and yet you are walking around mad. You are mad because somebody else has a bigger house. You are mad because somebody else has a newer car. You are mad because your boss did not give you the exact schedule you wanted this week. You are letting these tiny little inconveniences rob you of your joy, and you do not even realize that there is somebody out there right now, somebody who is sitting in a hospital room, praying to God that they could just have one single bad day like yours. There is somebody out there who would trade places with you in a heartbeat. Think about that for a minute. Really let that sink in. You are upset because your spouse did not load the dishwasher the exact way you like it. You are giving them the silent treatment because they forgot to pick up the dry cleaning on the way home. Are you hearing yourself? You have a person in your life who actually chooses to come home to you every single night. In a world full of chaos, in a world where people are so lonely they are losing their minds, you have a partner. You have somebody who lays down next to you at night and listens to you breathe. You have somebody who knows all your flaws, knows all your mess, knows every single mistake you have ever made, and they still stay. And instead of falling on your knees and thanking God for that person, you are tearing them down over a pair of shoes left in the hallway. You are criticizing the way they fold the towels. You are nitpicking them to death because you have made yourself believe that your little perfect world is falling apart, when the truth is, your world is exactly what you make it. I need you to understand something about human nature. People can only survive in an environment where they feel appreciated for so long before they start to wither. If you have a plant and you put it in a dark closet and you never give it water and you never give it sunlight, what happens to that plant? It dies. It does not matter how strong the roots are. It does not matter what kind of plant it is. Without light and water, it is going to dry up and die. And that is exactly what you are doing to the people around you when you refuse to show them gratitude. You are starving them. You are putting their love in a dark closet. You think that because you have been with this person for 5 years, or 10 years, or 20 years, that they just know you love them. You think that because you pay the mortgage, or because you work 40 hours a week, that they should just automatically feel appreciated. That is a dangerous game to play. I am telling you right now, the number one reason relationships fail in this country is not because somebody cheated. It is not because the money ran out. It is because people forgot how to be grateful for each other. It is because the compliments stopped. It is because the dates stopped. It is because you stopped looking at your partner like they were a blessing, and you started looking at them like they were an obligation. You started looking at them like a roommate. You started looking at them like a bill. And I promise you, you can ignore a bill for a while, but eventually the power gets shut off. If you do not start pouring appreciation into the people you love, somebody else out there is going to notice them. Somebody else is going to look at your woman, look at your man, and see the exact thing you stopped seeing. They are going to see the value. They are going to say thank you. They are going to make them feel special. And by the time you wake up and realize what you lost, it is going to be too late. You are going to be sitting in that big empty house by yourself, wishing you had just said thank you for the little things. Let us talk about the little things, because we really do not appreciate them until they are gone. You know what I am talking about. The way your wife hums to herself when she is cooking breakfast. The way your husband reaches over and grabs your hand in the car without even thinking about it. The sound of your kids running through the house, laughing and screaming and knocking things over. Right now, in this very moment, you might be reading this thinking that those things are annoying. You might be thinking, man, I just wish they would be quiet for 5 minutes. I just wish I had some peace and quiet. Be very careful what you wish for, because I have talked to people who have buried their children. I have talked to people who have lost their spouses in car accidents. People who went to work one Tuesday morning and never came back home. And you know what they would give to hear that noise one more time? You know what they would give to trip over a toy in the living room? They would give every single penny they have ever made. They would give their own life just to feel that annoyance one more time. But you are alive and your family is here, and you are letting the stress of a job you do not even like rue in the precious time you have with them. You are bringing the energy of your office into your living room. You walk through the front door with a scowl on your face. You throw your keys on the counter. You do not even kiss your spouse hello. And you just plop down on the couch and turn on the television. You are physically present, but you are spiritually and emotionally absent, and you expect your home to be a happy home. You expect your kids to grow up with confidence and love. You are the thermostat of your house. You set the temperature. If you walk in there cold, the whole house freezes. If you walk in there with a heart full of gratitude, the whole house warms up. It really is that simple. You have to start treating your life like it is a gift, because I promise you, it is. You did not have to wake up this morning. Your heart did not have to beat another time. You did not have to draw another breath. But you did. You got another chance, and what are you doing with it? You are spending it complaining. You are spending it wishing you were somewhere else, wishing you were someone else. You are looking at social media, watching everybody else's highlight reel, letting it make you feel like you're behind. The scenes is a failure. You are comparing your real life to somebody else's fake internet life. You do not know what is going on behind closed doors in those houses you are envying. You do not know the debt they are in. You do not know the tears they are crying at night. But you are willing to throw away your own peace just to chase an illusion. I want to talk to you about the power of shifting your focus, because this is where the real magic happens. Gratitude is not just some nice, fluffy feeling. It is not just something you say at Thanksgiving dinner before you cut the turkey. Gratitude is a weapon. It is the most powerful weapon you have in your arsenal against depression, against anxiety, against failure. When you make the conscious decision to be grateful, you are literally rewiring your brain. You are forcing your mind to look for the good instead of hunting for the bad. Your brain is like a supercomputer, and whatever you program it to look for, it will find. If you program it to look for reasons to be angry, I promise you, you will find them everywhere you go. Somebody will look at you the wrong way in traffic. Somebody will say something the wrong tone on the phone. You will find a reason to be mad because that is what you are searching for. But when you program your brain to look for things to be grateful for, the entire world opens up. You start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. You start seeing blessings instead of burdens. You are driving to work, and instead of being mad about the traffic, you look at the sunrise and you thank God you have eyes to see it. You go to your job, and instead of being mad that you are not the boss yet, you thank God you have a paycheck coming in so you can feed your family. That shift does not happen by accident. You have to force it. You have to discipline your mind, because your mind will naturally drift toward the negative. It is a survival mechanism, but you are not an animal living in the woods. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and you have the power to control your thoughts. I want you to try something starting tonight. I want you to walk into your house, and I want you to find your spouse or your kids or whoever it is that shares that space with you, and I want you to give them a genuine compliment. I do not care how small it is. Tell your wife that the dinner she made was incredible. Tell your husband thank you for working so hard to provide for the family. Tell your kids that you are proud of them just for being who they are, and then watch their face. Watch what happens to their energy. Watch how their shoulders drop. Watch how they light up, because people are starving for validation. They are starving for acknowledgement. We live in a world where everybody is quick to point out what you did wrong, but nobody takes the time to tell you what you did right. When you become the person who tells people what they are doing right, you become the most important person in their life. You become their safe space. And let me tell you something else about this gratitude thing that a lot of people do not understand. When you start appreciating what you have starts to appreciate in value. You ever notice that? When you buy a new car, you love it for the first month. You wash it every Sunday. You park it at the back of the parking lot so nobody dings the door. But after a year, you are throwing fast food bags in the back seat. You are letting it go 2 weeks without a wash, and you are already looking at the new models. The car did not change. Your appreciation of the car changed. The same thing happens with your relationships. The same thing happens with your life. If you do not actively choose to value what is in front of you, you will naturally start to devalue it. You will start to take it for granted, and once you take something for granted, you stop protecting it. And once you stop protecting it, you lose it. I need to talk to the people who are going through it right now. I know there are some of you reading this, and you are in a really dark place. You just lost your job. You just went through a terrible breakup. You are struggling with your health. You are looking at this screen right now and you are thinking, what do I possibly have to be grateful for? My life is falling apart. Listen to me. I hear you. I feel your pain. And I am not going to sit here and insult your intelligence by telling you that it is easy to be grateful when you are hurting. It is not easy. It is the hardest thing in the world. But that is exactly when you need it the most. When you are at rock bottom, gratitude is the only rope that can pull you out. Because when you lose everything, the only thing you have left is your perspective. You have to start small. You have to find the micro moments. If you are sick, be grateful for the moments when the pain eases up just a little bit. If you just lost the love of your life, be grateful that you even had the capacity to love somebody that deeply in the first place. There are people who walk this earth for 80 years and never experienced true love. You did. Be grateful for the lesson, even if it hurt. If you lost your job, be grateful for the skills you learned while you were there. Be grateful for the fact that you now have a blank slate to start over and go in a new direction. You have to dig deep down into the dirt of your life and find the smallest seed of gratitude. And you have to water it. You have to protect it, because if you let bitterness take root in that dark place, it will destroy you. Bitterness is a poison. It will eat you from the inside out. It will ruin your health. It will ruin your future relationships, and it will keep you chained to the past. Gratitude is the key that breaks those chains. I am going to be real honest with you about something that might make you uncomfortable. A lot of us are walking around with an entitlement problem. We really believe that we deserve the good things in our life, but we do not believe we deserve the bad things. When something good happens, we say, yeah, I worked hard for that, I earned that. But when something bad happens, we say, why is God doing this to me? What did I do to deserve this? You do not deserve anything. I do not deserve anything. The air in your lungs is a gift. The fact that you have working legs to walk on is a gift. The fact that you can open your refrigerator and see food is a gift. When you start looking at your life through the lens of entitlement, you will never be satisfied. Because there will always be somebody who has more than you. There will always be a bigger house, a faster car, a better job. You will spend your entire life on a hamster wheel, running yourself to death, trying to catch something that does not exist. Perfection does not exist, but peace does, and peace only comes when you decide that what you have right now is enough. Let me talk to the parents out there for a minute, because we are messing this up big time. We are so focused on providing for our kids that we are forgetting to be present with our kids. You are working 60 hours a week to give them a nice life, but you are not in their life. You come home, they are already asleep. You leave for work before they wake up. And on the weekends, you are so exhausted that you just hand them an iPad so you can sit on the couch and scroll on your phone. And then, one day, they are going to be 18 years old. They are going to walk out that front door, and you are going to wonder why they do not talk to you. You are going to wonder why they do not want to come home for the holidays. It is because you were not there. You provided the money, but you did not provide the connection. Your kids do not care about the size of your house. They do not care about the brand of shoes you buy them. They care about the time you spend with them. They care about the way you look at them when they tell you a story. They care about whether you actually listen to them or if you are just waiting for your turn to talk. You want to show gratitude to your kids. Show up, put the phone down, look them in the eyes, ask them about their day, and actually listen to the answer. Laugh with them, play with them, build a fort in the living room even if it messes up the cushions. Let them bake cookies with you even if it makes a huge mess in the kitchen. Because that mess is a memory. That mess is a moment that they will hold on to for the rest of their lives. But if you are too busy stressing about the mess, you are going to miss the memory. And you do not get those years back. You do not get a do-over with childhood. It happens once and then it is gone. And while we are on the subject of time, let us really talk about how precious it is. You hear people say life is short all the time. It sounds like a cliché. It sounds like something you print on a poster and hang up in an office. But it is the most profound truth of human existence. Life is painfully short. You are going to blink, and you are going to be 70 years old looking back at your life wondering where it went. You are going to look back at your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, and the only thing that is going to matter is the people you loved and the people who loved you. The promotions are not going to matter. The arguments over the dishwasher are not going to matter. The fact that you drove a 10-year-old car instead of a brand new one is not going to matter. All that is going to matter is, did you love well? Did you appreciate the people around you? Did you leave a positive mark on the hearts of the people in your life? I want you to imagine something with me right now. I know this is heavy, but I need you to go here with me. I want you to imagine that today is your last day on earth. You do not have next week. You do not have tomorrow morning. Tonight, is it? You have a few hours left. Who are you going to call? What are you going to say? You are not going to call your boss and ask for a raise. You are not going to call the bank and argue about a late fee. You are going to call the people who hold your heart. You are going to call your mother. You are going to call your children. You are going to look at your spouse and you are going to tell them every single thing you love about them. You are going to apologize for every time you made them feel small. You are going to thank them for every cup of coffee they made you, every load of laundry they folded, every time they held your hand when you were scared. Why do we wait until the end of our lives to say the things that matter? Why do we wait until we are standing in a hospital room to realize that the only thing that ever mattered was love? You do not have to wait. You have the ability to live with that kind of urgency right now. You can live like today is your last day, not in a fearful way, but in a grateful way. You can wake up tomorrow morning and treat every single interaction like it is your last chance to show that person how much they mean to you. Can you imagine what your life would look like if you did that? Can you imagine what your marriage would look like if you treated your spouse like tomorrow was not guaranteed? You would not go to bed angry. You would not hold grudges. You would let the little things go. You would hold them a little tighter. You would kiss them a little longer. You would make sure they never, not for one single second, doubted how much you loved them. That is the power of gratitude. It strips away all the nonsense. It strips away the ego. It strips away the pride. Pride is a killer. Ego will tell you that you should not apologize because it was not your fault. Ego will tell you that you should not say thank you because the other person was just doing their job. Ego will tell you that showing too much emotion makes you weak. Let me tell you something right now. It takes a whole lot more strength to be vulnerable than it does to be tough. Any coward can put up a wall. Any coward can act like they do not care. Any coward can walk around with a chip on their shoulder, acting like the world owes them something. But it takes a real man, it takes a real woman to drop the ego, to drop the act, and to say from the bottom of their heart, I appreciate you. I see what you do for me, and I do not take it for granted. I want to challenge you to do something that is going to feel incredibly uncomfortable at first. I want you to start a gratitude practice, not some weird out, their spiritual thing, just a simple, practical exercise. Every single night before you go to sleep, I want you to think of 3 things that went right that day. Just 3, they do not have to be massive things. They can be as simple as, I had a really good cup of coffee this morning. My kid gave me a hug when I got home. I made it through the day without losing my temper. That is it. At first, your brain is going to fight you on this. Your brain is going to want to focus on the one thing that went wrong. But you have to force it. You have to discipline your mind to find the good. And over time, what is going to happen is your brain is going to start doing it automatically. You are going to start walking through your day looking for things to put on your list that night. You are going to start living in a state of constant appreciation. And when you do that, your whole life changes, because here is the secret that successful people understand that most people do not. You cannot attract good things into your life if you are constantly complaining about the things you already have. The universe, God, whatever you want to call it, does not respond to your complaints. It does not respond to your frustration. It responds to your energy. If your energy is negative, if your energy is ungrateful, if your energy is entitled, you are just going to keep drawing more negativity into your life. You are going to keep finding yourself in the same bad situations, dating the same kind of toxic people, working for the same kind of unappreciative bosses, because that is the frequency you are operating on. But the moment you shift your frequency to gratitude, the moment you start operating on a frequency of abundance and appreciation, everything shifts. Doors start opening, opportunities start showing up, good people start coming into your life, not because the world changed, but because you changed. You see the world not as it is, but as you are. If you are a miserable person, the world is a miserable place. If you are a grateful person, the world is a beautiful place full of blessings. It really is that simple. So you have to make a decision right now. You have to make a choice about how you are going to live the rest of your time on this earth. Are you going to keep living in the land of not enough? Are you going to keep looking at your spouse and seeing everything they are not? Are you going to keep looking at your bank account and seeing everything you do not have? Are you going to keep looking in the mirror and seeing everything you wish you could change? Because if you do, I guarantee you, you are going to die a very unhappy person. You are going to reach the end of your life and realize that you spent the whole thing chasing a ghost. You spent the whole thing looking for something that was right there in your hands the entire time. Or you can make the shift today. You can decide right now, in this very second, that you are done complaining. You can decide that you are going to start treating your life like the treasure it is. You can look at the person lying next to you tonight and realize that they are a treasure. You can look at your kids and realize that they are a treasure. You can look at yourself in the mirror and realize that the fact that you have survived 100% of your bad days so far makes you a treasure. You have a resilience inside of you that is unmatched. You have a spirit inside of you that cannot be broken unless you let it. But you have to feed that spirit. You have to nourish it with gratitude. Do not let another day go by where you let your pride steal your joy. Do not let another day go by where you let your ego ruin your relationships. Life is entirely too short for that. You do not have time for petty arguments. You do not have time for silent treatments. You do not have time to hold grudges against people who love you. Forgive them, let it go, and more importantly, appreciate them. Tell them what they mean to you while they are still here to hear it. Because I promise you, there is nothing worse in this world than standing in front of a casket, looking down at someone you love, and realizing you never told them how much they meant to you. There is no pain like the pain of unsaid words. Do not carry that burden. Do not put yourself in that position. Say it now. Say it loud. Say it clear. Let the people in your life know that they are seen, that they are valued, and that they are loved. I want to leave you with one final thought. You have been given a gift today. Just by sitting here and reading these words, your mind has been shifted a little bit. You are thinking about things you were not thinking about an hour ago. You are picturing the faces of the people you love. You are feeling that little tug in your chest. Do not ignore that. That is your intuition. That is your spirit waking up and telling you that it is time to make a change. Do not let this moment pass you by and go right back to your old habits tomorrow morning. When you wake up tomorrow, I dare you to try something different. I dare you to keep your mouth shut when you want to complain. I dare you to open your mouth and say thank you when you normally would not. I dare you to hug your kids a little tighter. I dare you to look at your spouse and tell them they are beautiful. Tell them they are handsome. Tell them that you are lucky to be on this journey with them. You have the power to change the entire atmosphere of your home by tomorrow morning. It starts with you. It does not start with them changing. It does not start with your boss giving you more money. It does not start with your kids behaving perfectly. It starts with you deciding that you are going to be a grateful person. It starts with you taking responsibility for your own energy, because at the end of the day, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to walk into your life and magically make you appreciate what you have. You have to do the work, you have to put in the effort, but I am telling you from the bottom of my heart, the work is worth it. The effort is worth it, because on the other side of that work is a life of peace. On the other side of that effort is a marriage that feels like a safe haven. On the other side of that effort is a relationship with your children that is unbreakable. On the other side of that effort is a deep, profound sense of joy that nobody can ever take away from you. So stop looking at the closed doors. Stop staring at the things you cannot control. Turn around, look at the open windows. Look at the blessings that are pouring into your life right now. Open your eyes, open your heart. Take a deep breath and say thank you. Say thank you for the struggle because it made you stronger. Say thank you for the heartbreak because it taught you how to love deeper. Say thank you for the mess because it gave you a story. Say thank you for today because tomorrow is not promised. You are still here. You still have time. Do not waste another second of it being ungrateful. Go live. Go love. Go appreciate your life before it is too late.